Yeah, that's fine because that's the whole point. We don't have to be perfect. Do we have to be perfect? No, we don't have to be perfect. So at some stage, this is going to come up here, right? Some stage, it's going to come up here. Yeah, it's live here. All right, guys, we're live. Send in your questions. Talk to me. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. Also promote my book. Okay, I want to. Okay, no worries. I got it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Hey, welcome everybody who's attending live. Saqib, Ghassan, Abi, Nadia. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Everybody who's here, thank you very much. Still? Okay. Now it's done. Guys, listen. If you got questions, you're welcome to ask me on YouTube or Instagram. I'm going to be talking about very specific, a few specific subjects, but then I've got a full list of questions that people have asked. And so I want to answer those questions as well. But if you've got questions in the middle, just ask me and I will be happy to answer. All right, guys? Everybody who's bought the book, okay, this is the latest book. I think it's a good book, okay? I've got some reviews from people where they talked about how easy it reads, how well it's broken down into chapters. Look, I personally also think it's very easy to read this book, especially. Okay, this one that talks about the ultimate guide to Dubai real estate. I think it's a good book. Okay, not the thing that it carries my name, my title, but I think it's a good book. Okay. Secondly, if you're interested in an older version of how I used to think, then this book came out in 2016 or 17, I believe. This one's The Intelligent Real Estate Investor. It's a good foundation to this book. Like, they're both very easy to read, to be honest with you. This book's more like a personal story, but it talks about the foundational principles of what and how I work today with investors. Okay. Guys, again, questions, please send them in. Welcome everybody who's joined, Ahsan, Bais, Siddiq, and I'm going to be talking about and taking some questions. Can we start with some investor help? Okay, go through a particular project and relate that to how, if you're coming into the Dubai market to invest in a property, how you can just very easily, very simply look at that and invest. Okay, look, when you're coming into the Dubai market as an investor, there's some very commonsensical things I'm going to say to you right now. Keep an eye out on those and look at those. Okay, so if you're specifically buying from a developer off plan or under construction. All right, guys, welcome Mushi Fashions, Junaid Abbasi, welcome everybody. Guys, listen, if you're buying off plan, try to stick to a developer that has certain experience prior. Okay, I generally define a developer as a tier 1, tier 2, tier 2.5, tier 3. How do we define this? Very easy. Okay, tier 1 developers are the top-notch developers. You've heard of them. You know things that they've developed. For instance, Emaar. They've delivered maybe about 90,000 apartments, offices, townhouses, villas, hotels around the world, not just Dubai, over the last 20 plus years. Okay, and they're the company behind Burj Khalifa. Tier 1. Then you've got other tier 1 developers that are quasi-government developers, like under Dubai Holding. We've got Dubai Properties. We've got Dubai Properties. And then who else do we have? Miras. Then we've got Nakhil and so on and so forth. The point I'm trying to make is that you've got to recognize that these developers, not only are they tier 1 because they've got a lot of experience behind them, but they've actually delivered. And then tier 2 are the large private developers who you could call them tier 1 developers because they're very good in quality, very good in delivery, and they've got a reputation to actually deliver, right? So we've got Shoba and a few other developers in the tier 2 category. And then tier 2.5 are the ones that are, I think tier 2, Ellington, Ellington's very good. You could call them tier 1 as well. Like, please don't take this as my way of putting down a developer or putting them up, right? Just try to understand the opinions that I have and then try to apply them to your situation, okay? Beanie, Rami, hey, how are you? So basically what you're okay, no problem. Technical issue on YouTube, guys. We're having a technical issue on YouTube. We're sticking with Instagram, no problem. Ask questions on Instagram if you're not on YouTube. So the point is, tier 1, tier 2, tier 2.5 developers, guys, listen. When somebody calls you with an absolutely who's tier 2.5? Okay, so not everybody can afford tier 1. Not everybody can afford tier 2. Sometimes you're looking to actually go and buy from somebody who's a little bit easier, right? Mashumi Sarawan, hi, how are you? Point is, if a broker or an agent brings to you a development that's by a completely new developer, they've never done any development in Dubai, and it's the first time, they're completely green behind their ears, okay? Your ears should go boom like that, and then you should be thinking, oh, is that going to be good, bad, or ugly? My personal opinion, if you can avoid that kind of a developer, a virgin developer in Dubai, just avoid them, okay? Don't get involved with them if they've not really delivered anything before. Then look at location, okay? Then look at location. Look at location, not just about the project, the particular villa, the townhouse, or the building, but also look at the location of a community. Like, I want to talk about one particular development over here. Like, there's one developer that we are promoting actively because I found it to be a very good opportunity. Why did I find it to be a very good opportunity? The people behind that development, they've been in the Dubai real estate landscape for a very long time, like 10 plus years. They've done other developments. Number two, the building that they're developing is very close to handover. Like, you're talking about just 1 year to finish rather than starting from scratch. So, you're eliminating a lot of risk for the first time buyer. Thirdly, the location. You're looking at location. It's in Dubai Sports City. Now, you've got to understand Dubai Sports City as a location is really, really mature. From mature, I'm not saying like it's this spectacular, incredible, amazing location that has everything in there. Though it does. It has a lot of things. It has schools. It has nurseries. It has a golf course. What it doesn't have is a full mall right now or a full community shopping center. But that's goes in your favor because the moment it comes in, it's going to be... it's going to add value to the community. It's got a full cricket stadium that's held a World Cup. Like, when you've got a cricket stadium or a stadium that's held international events, when Prime Minister Modi came, he came and met everybody who wanted to meet him, see him live and address a speech, came to that stadium, right? You've got the International Cricket Council headquarters there, rugby, tennis, so on and so forth, right? The point I'm trying to make is it's a maturing community with 20 years behind it, which is really, really good, okay? 20 years behind it is really, really good. And then there's a lot more value to come. The canal is finished, though it's not absolutely done, like the full promenade is not made. But there you go. That brings you a lot of value, okay? Okay, let's go on. So, developer location, quality. You're looking at quality, okay? Like, guys... generally speaking, most developers have upped their game post 2015, but pre 2015 and even today, like, I'm not saying every developer is giving you really good quality. Some of these quality is just surface level. You've got to really go in and see that the developer is serious about creating a brand name and delivering quality. Honestly, there are some developers who are looking to do one development, make a quick buck, make some money and leave the country. Like, they see Dubai as an opportunity. Stay away from them. They're not going to be looking at delivering quality because once they've sold those apartments, they're not sticking around to sell building number 2. So look at a developer that's looking to actually deliver quality. But that's not to say that a developer that has already built a few buildings, you can go and check out the quality. Like, if they've built something and it's 2 years in the making, or if it's 2 years people have been living there, you can actually go and look and see how things are worked out over there. You'll see how things are working out over there. Okay, again, so and then you can actually see any show apartments that they have, and show apartments are a good sign because they're going to deliver almost 80% of what's being shown. Okay, so that's what I always say. All right, let's take some questions as well. So, guys, listen, just keep in mind, like, when you're investing, look at commonsensical things. Look at the developer reputation. Look at the location. Look at the quality. Look at the credibility of what they actually deliver. Let's take some questions up over here, okay? Realtor Sakib, is it good to recommend leasehold properties compared to freehold as they're affordable? Also, what do you think of DSO for investment? See, here's the thing. Understand leasehold first, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you an actual example. Understand leasehold. Leasehold means that the ownership rights to that certain property are going to expire at a certain time. That could be after 30 years, 60 years, 90 years, or 99 years, right? Okay, so we got it. Good. Now, if any asset and its ownership is going to go down, that means it becomes a depreciating asset. Okay, that means, like, let's say if you buy something today for 1 million, okay, any asset that's supposed to be held in perpetuity, let's say you own this land in perpetuity and you can sell it on in perpetuity, generally there will be capital appreciation taking into account that psychological aspect that I can own this forever, my children can own this forever, their children can own this forever, even though you might not, but that psychological aspect is going into the pricing. But when something has a life expectancy of, let's say, 90 years or 30 years, so you know that every year that passes, that life expectancy is going down, then obviously the price should take into account that depreciation, and then it should go down. Now, in Dubai, what happens is, because there's overall capital appreciation, what will happen is in freehold communities, if there's 10% appreciation, in leasehold communities, that 10% minus the depreciation of 3% will be 7%. Okay, so you can, you understand what I'm saying. Number one, that's number one. Number two, because the appreciation is slightly lower, and I think you mentioned this, they're more affordable. Why are they more affordable? Because of this reason, right? So a 2-bedroom apartment, let's say in a community that's freehold, okay? Let's just say freehold, regular, everything else. Freehold is 1 million. Let's say the same kind of space, same kind of quality in Dubai Silicon Oasis, which is generally leasehold, is going to be 850,000 or 800,000. That affordability is coming in because of this reason. Now, Silicon Oasis has a lot of other good things happening, right? It's got schools, it's got villas, it's got close proximity to most of Dubai, it's closer to the airport, it's got a lot of services inside the community, like if you need a haircut, groceries, restaurants, ice cream, healthy stuff, gyms, barbershop salons, like you pretty much don't have to go out of the community. Like it doesn't have some traffic problems as well, because there's a lot of people living there, but those traffic problems aren't really that bad. The point I'm trying to make is that everything's inclusive in the community, so that makes a good community, but still the price is a little cheaper, right? So now here's the thing. If you've got somebody who comes to you and says, hey, listen, I need a 2-bedroom apartment, and he's got a max budget of 800,000, but now he can stretch it about 50,000 maximum with all the closing costs, maybe Silicon Oasis it is. And if they've got a mental barrier to be against leasehold communities because, whatever the case is, like, look, you're going to have to weigh, it's not about you promoting them, because yes, you can. The point is it a good fit for the end user? Because if the end user says, for me, not going over 850,000 is so important that he will lose sleep if he goes over 850,000, then okay, leasehold it is, right? But if that person says, no, I want to spend around 800, I'm now willing to spend about 150,000 dirhams more to get freehold status, okay, spend it. The world is your oyster. It's open. You should be able to figure out and spend that money. Go ahead. But if somebody says, no, I'm not looking to do that. Or if 850,000 gets him more space and he needs space, it's a good fit, right? So also, what do you think of DSO for investment? Yeah, it's good, right? Nothing wrong. But when you're talking about, is it good to recommend leasehold properties, you've got to think from the perspective of the buyer, not your perspective. I'll give you, now I'm going to give you an actual case study, okay? Real family, VIP clients, really nice people, and they're looking at purchasing a 2 or a 3-bedroom apartment, but, like other people, they're on a little bit of a budget, between 1 million to 2 million dirhams, right? And they've got other considerations to take into place, such as work, where the children work, where the children go to school, so on and so forth. Now, we've looked at a lot of options, and in the end, there was this one leasehold building in Dubai that kind of like meets their requirements because the pricing's a little bit softer because it's leasehold. You've got to understand it's a depreciating asset, right? And this is somebody who would not look at leasehold properties from the get-go in the beginning. Because when I said, hey, would you look at leasehold? They're like, no, we don't want to. But now they're like getting open to it because there's other factors. They just need a place to live away from landlord shenanigans. They've been harassed a lot by landlords. Landlords have been, every time they raise the rent, landlords go a little bit berserk in Dubai. They're not treating them with the respect that they deserve, which is good. Every person who's paying or not paying still wants respect, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that essentially speaking, they're open to leasehold properties now. Okay, I've answered you in very, very long way, but you deserve that answer because you've got to understand it's not about, hey, can I promote that? Yes, you can. Maybe it works very well. But at the end of the day, you've got to see, is it a good fit for the other person, okay? Sold by Aladdin. Salam, brother. I'm from Canada. I speak Arabic and English fluently. Are you guys hiring associates, realtor experience, 3 years in Canada? Yes, if you've got the right experience, the right attitude. We're not hiring and we're not bringing in people who are fresh and have no experience in Dubai. The reason is we like to advise clients on being able to purchase right properties, and to advise clients and to get them to buy the right properties needs a little bit of experience. We do train as well, but you can, once you come here, you can apply and then we can have a discussion with the team. Asad on YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Fahd. How are you? I'm very well. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take some questions, okay? Where is Damac Hills? Somebody asks me, hey man, you got to go to Dubai Maps, put in Damac Hills, and you're going to see exactly where it is, okay? It's kind of a little bit difficult to explain exactly where Damac Hills is. But if you want in terms of relative, Damac Hills is about 30 to 35 minutes away from the main Dubai International Airport. It's about 25 to 30 minutes away from downtown. Damac Hills is approximately 30 to 35 minutes away from Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Marina. So there you go. So you've got a little bit of, heads up on where's what, okay? All right, guys, everybody who's here, thank you very much for being here. Let's take some more questions. Somebody asks, if I change apartments, do I have to pay the Ijari deposit again, or is it transferred to the new address? Ijari deposit, there is no Ijari deposit. I think you meant the Ijari. I think you mean the Ijari cost. The Ijari costs about 250 dirhams. Yes, you've got to pay it again because it's a re-registration that happens, okay? If you're talking about the deposit for electricity, deposit for water, if you talk about the deposit that you paid for your previous apartment, all of that needs to be renewed and you have to repay that, okay? Okay, Akhtar Fahd Dawood, who's joined in. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, ask us a question, Saad. Stick around, Saadi. All right, let's see if he sticks around. Okay, he's there. Saad, ask us a question. Maybe you got a good, smart question. Okay. Sold by Aladdin, got that 100%. Thank you so much. Where can I start this process? Would you suggest meeting with you guys once I'm in Dubai? You can actually apply online. There's a link in our Instagram page, and then we can take it from there. Mahmoud Abu Lilaz, hi. Hello. Okay, which areas in Dubai? So somebody asks, which area in Dubai? Somebody asks, which areas in Dubai can you buy plots and build houses? Okay. Take this down, note this down, okay? The original place where you could actually buy, so there's a lot of areas. I'm going to mention a few. I might miss a few, but, don't hold that against me. The original area where you could buy a plot of land and then build a house to your liking was the Villa project. It's in Dubai land. These were affordable. From villa perspective, affordable to high-end houses. Then obviously we had Palm Jumeirah and Emirates Hills, which were, Palm Jumeirah was next to the sea, waterfront, extremely expensive perhaps for a few people. For some people it's affordable. And then we had Emirates Hills. Emirates Hills is the likes of really large plots, like starting from 10,000 square feet up to like 100,000 square feet plots, like seriously massive, big plots, right? Then we've got Nadal Sheba. Okay, you can buy plots of land over there. You can buy in Jumeirah Park, available. You can build yourself. Jabalili Hills, JVC, JVT. And again, if you're looking for waterfront plots, you can buy in Palm, Pearl Jumeirah as well, okay? Somebody asks, I was planning to do a PhD in case I do my PhD in UAE. Excuse me. I'm back. I had to sneeze. I need tissue. Just tell Jaren. Okay, guys. Just message him. So, continuing with this, somebody asks, Mohammed Fazil asks, I was planning to do a PhD in case I do my PhD in UAE, will this lead to citizenship? Look, I don't have a clear-cut answer to this, but I can give you a little bit of how the trend is operating, okay? So generally speaking, if you have a something of unique requirements in the world, a PhD, an invention, then for sure you could end up getting a 10-year golden visa. But also, if you've got a unique talent or you've built something very unique, then you have the ability to actually apply for citizenship or citizenship granted to you. So 2 people that I already know who've received a citizenship and it's out there in the public domain are Kevin O'Leary. He's on the US Shark Tank, and I don't know this gentleman's name. I can't remember it. He's the founder of Telegram. He's the French Emirati French citizen now, okay? So Asad asks, how the Metro Blue Line will impact different areas in Dubai. Look, it's like everything else in Dubai and in the rest of the world. When there is a metro station that comes anywhere, it's kind of like a transport hub, because buses come there, buses go from there. So it allows people mobility, right? Back in the day, if you look at 200, 300, 400 years ago, people used to live near the river because river was a source of water, which was a source of planting and irrigation, which was a source of travel. And it allows not just mobility, but also food security, so on and so forth. Today, food is generally secured by going to employment for a lot of people, which is generally secured by not just going for employment, but also for, going to work and so on and so forth. And transport hubs like the metro stations and so on and so forth add a lot of value. Dubai is growing. We've seen a lot more traffic happen now. Like in some instances, we are pre-2008 in terms of how much traffic there is in Dubai, okay? Especially if people are doing the Dubai-Sharjah commute, it's pretty bad. It's pretty nasty, right, in some ways. So the idea and the understanding is that blue line is going to take a lot of the traffic off the roads, and Dubai is meant to go that direction, okay? It's kind of like how London is, and London's underground and the metros are so like elaborate. Same with Toronto, same with New York, so on and so forth. Dubai is going to go down that road. So now they're going to add the blue line. There's going to be more lines added later. How does this affect property prices? Look, the blue line's not going to be operational till 2029. We're in 2023. It's 6 years further out. A lot of people are going to start talking about it now, but something that's going to be happening about 6 years later does not intrinsically quickly add value into the property today. I've seen this before. Why? 2013, November 27th, Expo 2020 was announced. Dubai won it. I saw it live. Burj Khalifa sent the fireworks out into the sky. And Paris was where it was announced that Dubai won the rights to host the Expo 2020. And then with the Expo 2020, there was that extra, the line was supposed to come as well. I don't know what that line is called, to be honest with you at the moment. But, it was there. Okay. Welcome everybody who's joined. Saqib, you're welcome for the answer. Mahesh, Hamid, Isal, Umar, Ayan, everybody who's joined, hey, thank you very much for joining in. Ask us a question. We'd be happy to answer, okay? So people started talking about it at that time, but I said, prices don't go up immediately, right? So you've got to understand, it will have an effect. It's great for Dubai, but don't expect it to be like super booming instantly, amazingly today. Okay, good. Okay, so let's take another question. So Kiran Jerry says, well said. Well said. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well said. The problem nowadays is that asset versus liability is decided purely on the basis of cash flow. As you said, factors like peace of mind or just a fact of saving or rent. So I know where you're going with this. You're talking about my my comment about that, why you should actually own a house in Dubai or a property in Dubai to have peace of mind. And what you're saying, Kiran, well said. The problem nowadays is that asset versus liability is decided purely on the basis of cash flow. I don't think that's true, because a lot of people are still making emotional decisions, to be honest with you. Like, we deal with a lot of investors. Like, out of like the 10 investors we deal with who sign up to work with us and need help, want education, and want to go step by step, I would say about, to be honest with you, I would say about 7 people are still making emotional decisions. Okay, there's about 3 people who make non-emotional decisions. And then as you said, factors like peace of mind or just the fact of saving or rent, which you would otherwise have to spend anyways to live somewhere, must be considered. Yes, that's true. And not just rent, but it's also in Dubai. It's like dealing with landlords who are not patient, dealing with landlords who are not very helpful. Use the saved rent money, invest in another property or business, and repeat. Yes, I agree with you. Good point. Good point. Somebody asked me, hey guys, so we're just going to wrap this up. I've got a couple of more questions over here. Let me just address these, okay? Hi, Fahd. I would like to ask your opinion for Shoba 1, assuming it's the highest floor of the tower and 1 bed. Any opinions on whether it would be considered a good investment for rental purposes and not for capital appreciation? Look, if you're just asking for opinion, I'll tell you, go ahead. It's good. I don't think it's going to be very, very bad. It's going to be okay. You'll get about 5-7, maybe 7%, 5-6-7% net rental return. Perhaps you could put it on short-term rental, and then you could, maybe make more. But if you want somebody to do in-depth due diligence and analysis for you with regards to the property, the project, the location, the developer, the delivery, the quality, then, we've got a service. Like, I think we were running some November discounts on it as well. Sign up and let our team actually look at it in detail to give you good, better advice. Okay, Asad asks a question. Asad asks a question. Crypto hazard, I want to know. Okay, let's get the crypto hazard. I want to know about cashing out my crypto. Is there any issues in buying? Also, Dubai has accepted XRP, so is it possible to pay with XRP? I'm looking to purchase in Marina Bay. Very specific question. We'd have to look at your particular instance and your particular situation. Not only, I don't know about Dubai accepting XRP. I think it was in the news, but I don't remember exactly how the news went. Number one. Number two, we do have BitOasis, which is like a legal exchange in Dubai. So we'd have to look at your very particular specific situation. So send us a message, and then we can discuss how you might be able to purchase if you've got crypto in a legal way. Asad asks a question, Fahd, what is your view and analysis on bank mortgages to buy property and create cash flow and cover the bank installment considering Islamic law? Here's the thing, okay? You've got to understand, in Dubai right now, it's very rare circumstances where you can actually get a mortgage, then get rent, and that rent covers the EMI. That might be even more applicable now that interest rates are higher, right? They're at 4, 5, 6%. I don't know where they are. But the reason this was the case was because sale prices in Dubai are high. You've got to understand this. Sale prices in Dubai are high because the market's generally high. There's a lot of demand coming in from buyers coming into the market. So because prices are high, when you get down to renting out a property, they generally don't cover your EMIs. That's been the case. So you've got to be very careful, okay? Last but not the least, I've got a question over here. Salman Javed asks, I would appreciate if you ever spoke about current projects and compare them more often than being a motivational speaker or never really talking about industry products and what's good or bad about a specific one in comparison to the other. So the thing is, Salman, Uh, we do that. I sometimes do very specific projects. I generally avoid doing specific projects unless I'm actually completely convinced and I want to sell that project to my investors and tell them, look, this is a good project. I think it's a good opportunity. You should buy in these. Otherwise, I give you frameworks. I give you foundational principles. Use those to apply to these specific projects. We are thinking of doing some specific projects, but they might end up being behind a paywall. It's just because a lot of that advice is very confidential because I'm actually talking about good, bad, and ugly on those projects. So sometimes I can't talk about the good, bad, the ugly directly on YouTube, open to everybody. Okay. Faisal Al Jarwan, mashallah, mashallah, wa alaikum. Thank you, brother. Jazakallah khair. Thank you for your kind words. All right, guys, listen, if you've got no more questions coming in, I'm going to be taking I'm going to be saying goodbye now. And look, if you got questions, like, guys, you can always ask me questions in my comment section. Like you see something, you see a post, just put your question down. We go through the questions, put them together, and then answer them. Obviously, if you come on live and ask a question, I appreciate that as well, and I'm happy for you to answer. Guys, again, if you're investors, there is one project that we're promoting, which is in Dubai Sports City. Look for the video. It's for first-time buyers. Very, very good project. Don't forget, you can actually buy my books online on Amazon, or you can go to our webpage. You can buy the ebook. It's pretty, like, it's priced at $8. It's not even that expensive. Like, it's the price of 3 coffees put together. And this is the older book from 2017. This is the latest one from 2023. Get the latest one if you're really, really wanting to look at the property in Dubai and trying to understand how to invest today. All right, guys, listen. Thank you very much. Fahd, you're welcome. Keep the questions coming. I appreciate them, and I'm happy answering your questions. All right, guys. Catch you guys on the other side. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much for engaging with me. Thank you very much for asking questions. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the opportunity to answer you guys. Bye for now.